You keep jerking off. Stop jerking off. You are a bitch. This is your fucking world. She's just living it. When you approach her, you're bringing your world to her. Do not let her think that she runs this shit. Life is happening to you right now. These moments are passing you by and you're sitting at home wasting your life. Why do you care? Why are you so scared of this girl? You're going to die, bro. Yes, you're not supposed to win as a man, but that's what makes it so exciting when you do.
Of attractive women in your city, go to ChatGPT, your city that women love to visit for Instagram pictures.
What's up, boys? You guys always ask to see my Hinge profile.
Best dating app for meeting a woman is Hinge. Your work isn't done yet. Now that you've chosen the right app, you need to make sure you can find a high quality woman on this app.
Should you cold approach? Should you listen to these guys who talk about online dating? And if you want my opinion, I don't think you should cold approach. Is what I would say if I believed you were soft and you didn't have what it took. But in this YouTube channel, we have what it takes to do whatever the fuck you want to do. So yes, you should absolutely be cold approaching. Why should I cold approach, Andrew? It seems very hard. These women make me nervous. And that's because you're so goddamn soft that it's fine. I understand. I was once there too, but we got to work on this. So you should absolutely be cold approaching. This is something that I always preach. This is something that I always talk about. This is something that I do myself. And before we go into the video, no, this isn't about whether I think we should cold approach or whether I think we shouldn't cold approach. The answer is pretty fucking obvious. We should cold approach. Today's video is going to be how to cold approach. That's my video. But before we even go into that, I want to go over why you should even be cold approaching. Cold approaching is natural. This is something we should be doing as men. As a man, you always hear the saying about a lion going to hunt, yada, yada, yada. Yes, exactly. You should be doing the same damn thing. When you see something that you want, you should go after it. You should step to her. You should approach her with some type of presence, with some type of aura, and just talk to her, bro. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. This is what we're meant to do. We're meant to go procreate, right? We're meant to go find a girl and have kids. So that is your opportunity right there. It is within you. Your dad did it. Your grandpa did it. Your great-great-grandpa did it. That is how you're here right now, because somebody stepped up to the plate and somebody did what they're supposed to do. There was never a dating app. There were never dating apps. So why would you go on a dating app now? Why would you go? Oh, I know why you go on a dating app. That's because I want to sit down, take my pants off, and just jerk off all day long. You know, I'm not where I want to be to have a girl anyways. I'm never going to be where I want to be to have a girl anyway. So I'm just going to sit here and bust a nap because it feels good and it's easy. Then I'm going to go right after and start going on Hinge and swiping left, swiping right on all these females that I want. And then eventually one's going to hit me up and we're going to go on a date. And she's not even going to look like the goddamn app, first of all. She's not going to look like the app. That's what you're doing. But you're just trying to take the easy route out. But you don't even understand how natural this is. You don't understand how... You don't even understand the type of adrenaline it gives you. You don't understand the type of gas up that this gives you. No, I don't mean gas up like, oh, he's so gassed up, he thinks he's the shit. That's not really what I mean. That's not what gas up literally means. A recharge. It means feeling good about yourself. So when you go up to that girl and you talk to her and you actually succeed and she's actually fucking with you and she's actually smiling, she's actually laughing at you, I'm trying to tell you right now, that's like top 3 greatest feelings that you could ever feel. Like that alone, when you just, that nervousness that you have, and then the way you have to hype yourself up to go talk to a girl, and like all the millions of thoughts that go throughout your head before you go up to the girl, and you just go up to her and you talk to her, that's fire. That's one of the greatest feelings that you ever had. I promise you. So this is a natural gas up. This is a natural recharge saying, hey, I'm not crazy. Hey, you know, I can succeed with women. That's what I needed. I've been going through a lot. Work's been tough. Life's been hard. As a man, life is hard. So some guys need that. And that's okay. That's fine. That's what we're here for. It's a safe space. You can feel that way. We can all relate right now, okay? So I'm going to put builds character. Because yes, it's natural, but it also builds who you are. It builds confidence. It builds character. These things are all important, especially if you get turned down. If you get turned down, this is going to light a fire inside of you that cannot be taken out. So regardless, it builds character in a positive or negative way. Both ways, realistically, is okay, because at the end of the day, it's going to tell you where you're at socially. That's my next point. Social proof. This is so important. Social proof is so very important. People always ask, like, why do you care about what a woman thinks of you? Why would I want to go up to a girl and talk to her even though you know she's just going to probably say some dumb shit? Because at the end of the day, if you successfully get a lot of women, if you successfully cold approach and you get a lot of women, that is social proof. That is showing you that what you're doing is working. That is showing you that you look attractive. That is showing you that people respect and like you. That is showing you that your sexual market value is high. If your high success rates of pulling women are high, your high success rates with the sexual market value is high. So if you are fat before and then you go to the gym, you work out, now you look good, but when you're fat, you went up to girls and they always turn you down. They always give you like a gross look. But now that you're fit and you go up and you hang out with them and you see them, then now you have a higher success rate. That pretty much just goes to say that your sexual market has went up. And the more you work on yourself and the harder you work on yourself, the better your results get. It's like 1 + 2. If I get better, my numbers get higher. It's common sense. The last topic. You guys know how I love talking about what women want, right? And the last part is totally true too. Women want a fairy tale. Women want a romance. The #1 selling genre and theme for books for women is romance, right? It's romance, it's dramatic romance actually, but I don't even think that's the actual topic, but it's something like that. Women want a fairy tale. Women want a true princess fairy tale story. This is what they want. This is what they want. So what girl truly in her heart wants to tell her kids that we met on a dating app? What girl truly in her heart wants to tell her parents that, oh, I met this guy. Oh, cool. Where'd you met him? That sounds great. Oh, we met on Hinge, just whatever. Obviously, they're not going to tell you up front because it's whatever. They're going to think just because it's 2025, this is acceptable. But at the end of the day, we all know the fucking truth. We all had that time where you ask somebody or your parents or somebody, you know, how did you guys meet? I want to hear the story. And you all sit around the campfire and you have your hands on your head like this and you're trying to learn more about what happened. And your dad says some cool ass shit. He's like, oh, you know, I was driving, right? And then I seen your mom to my right. So I slowed down, I rolled down my window and I switched hands and now I'm looking at her and me and her were making eye contact. She's waiting for me to say something and then I look at her, I'm like, what's up, bitch? Or I mean, hey, what's up? You look so good from a distance. You know, I was just wondering if I could get your number. Pull over to the side real quick. And then the girl pulls over, you know, you pull over too. You get out, close the door. She sees you up front. She's like, oh, okay, he's actually kind of attractive. I'm gonna give him my Instagram and then we'll see. And she's gonna go home and think about that for the rest of the week. You know, that's what a woman wants. Yes, it's very simple. Maybe some women want a greater story than that, but at the end of the day, what type of stories are you going to tell your kids? At the end of the day, what type of story are you going to live for your life? Because it is so important for you to go out and have real world experiences. The magic of life is going out and actually living it. Wow, who fucking thought, right? So that is so important. Women want a fairy tale. Truly deep down, women want you to go and sweep them off your feet with your presence. Just say the right thing at the right time and be funny. They want to tell their friends about how they met. This is only going to make her way more attracted to you. This is only going to make her think that the universe put you guys in the same vicinity and now she's going to be obsessed with you because she thinks that this is meant to be and you're the one, yada, yada, yada. It's just a perfect storm. So I really think that this is super crucial and this is really important. This topic right here is very important. So now, like I said, if you put in the work, the world will reward you, and the world will reward you by giving you positive social cues, positive social interactions, whether it's men with women or just good treatment in general. And these are all so important because who wants to live a life being invisible? Nobody, right? Now we have the reasons as to why you should cold approach. We're going to go into how to cold approach with the step-by-step deep dive and analysis as to why you should cold approach. So, holy shit, I'm fucking sweating in this room. Before we go into how to cold approach, the first topic that we have to go over is who are you? Okay, what is your skill set? Do you even understand who you are? Because I get this all the time. I get this, oh, I'm too scared to go up to her. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, this, oh, that. And I completely understand. I completely understand because there's actually like a scientific term to explain why you feel this way. And once we break that down, from there, we'll be able to determine your cards and your skill set, right? So the scientific term for why you're nervous and why, you know, it's kind of overwhelming. And when you see her, you just kind of break down inside and it's super difficult is this, right? So I'll do the bullet point. You are a bitch. That's why it's too hard for you. That's why you're too nervous to go up to a girl. That is your first skill set. If you can relate to what I just said, and the girl in the gym, she makes you nervous, and you just keep walking by her and nodding your head every single day, and you show up to the gym at the same time just for her, just to never say anything to her, that is because you're diagnosed with this. And the side effects of this syndrome is I never get women, I never get pussy, and she doesn't fuck with me, and she sleeps with all of my friends, and I always buy her gifts, and she never responds answer my text messages, and she said I'm in the friend zone. There's just a lot of symptoms that come with this, man, and this is not a category you want to be in. And there's so many ways to prevent this. The reason that you're a fucking bitch is because you keep jerking off. You keep jerking off. Stop jerking off. Oh my goodness, stop. You're losing all your testosterone. You're losing your life force. Every time you nut, your energy declines. Every single time you nut, you literally are unmotivated. It fucks up everything. It fucks up everything. If you really want to do this, if you really cannot resist the urge, find a girl. When you earn a girl, then you can nut. How about that? Let's play a little game. You can't nut until you get a girl. So you might never nut, but it'll be a fun game because it'll push you to be better. And it just lowers your sex drive. It just lowers your sex drive. That's really the truth of it. It lowers your sex drive. So when you're going out in public, you're just gonna chill against the floor. You're gonna like try and talk, but really you're kind of like murmuring the whole fucking time. You know, lean up against the wall, thinking you look cool, think you're gonna attract a girl. Dude, nobody's coming up to you. You just lost all your aura, all the energy that should be radiating off of you. You fucking left that shit in your bed sheets and that you didn't even wash yet. Okay, so that's still over there. Okay, so your sex drive is low when you keep your testosterone in, when you work on yourself, when you hit legs, because legs boost testosterone. Now when you're in public, you have a high sex drive. You know, so now when you see a girl and she's walking by, so when the first thing that you should think of when she walks by is, I want this, I want everything that she has to offer. So I walk over there and I'm gonna go figure this thing out for myself. I walk over there, she could smell my cologne, she could feel my goddamn presence, and she could see my motherfucking arms through my goddamn shirt. Why would she say no? Goddamn shirt. You have to remember that as a man, this is your fucking world. She's just living it. When you approach her, you're bringing your world to her. You're bringing her into your space. Do not let her think that she runs this shit. She does not run this shit. She can't even drive without hitting a curb and not noticing that she even hit the curb. Okay, this is not her world. She's just living in your world. So you have to walk up to her with that type of energy. You just have to let it be known, like, I'm that motherfucking dude. So you could choose me or you could lose me. And I'm telling you right now, if I walk away, I'm not coming back, because you are about to make one of the dumbest decisions that you have ever made in your entire life. If I walk up to you, right, and I have a full diamond chain, right, and I walk up to you, I'm like, hey, you can get a free diamond chain. It's 100% real. Look, beep, beep, beep. It's 100% real. Everything about it is real. Do you want it? Yes or no? This chain is going to change your life. This chain is going to better you. This chain is going to offer you opportunities that are endless. This chain believes in God. This chain is going to bring you spiritual connection. This chain is going to give you fucking kids that look gorgeous, right? This chain has everything that you want, and it's fucking free. If anything, it's gonna pay for your goddamn dinner and your hair and your nails and your body and your kids to go to school and college. This chain is going to make sure everything is well for the rest of your life. And this diamond chain goes to the gym, so it's only getting more expensive as it gets older. This diamond chain cares about itself, and it will change your whole life, and it's free. Do you want it? Yes or no? And she says no and walks away. That's an idiot. That girl is an idiot. That girl is not even smart enough to be qualified for you then. So why would you want her? She just canceled herself out from being your girl. Why would you want a girl that's dumb? Because if you die and you have a girl that's dumb, what do you think is going to happen to your kids? Do you think your kids are going to go around making smart decisions because the woman who is now leading them is dumb? Come on, man. I get that she probably looks pretty, but you have to really remember that if she is dumb enough to turn down somebody that is just an all-around package, then, and you're willing to take her seriously, then why would you want to be with? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why you would want to be with somebody who is too dumb enough to choose the best decision. It just doesn't make sense. And she said no. And again, this really only works if you're not lame. This really only works if you're trying really hard and you're doing everything right and you're doing the things that we talk about. You know, you still have to be that diamond chain. You can't be a silver chain coming up to a girl acting like you're worth $1 million fucking dollars. If you're not, you're not. If you're not doing what you need to do, okay, then she's gonna turn you down and you deserve to get turned down. But you're not. This is only for the guys who are really already there, or they're working towards that, or they have the mindset to get towards there, okay, now you're worth some gold. Now you're about to be some diamond, right? So that's what I mean when she would be dumb to turn you down, because a lot of you guys aren't worth her time. I'm gonna be completely honest for you, but this is for the guys who are, right? And who are. So if you want this girl so bad and she says no, she is just dumb. She's not even smart enough to realize what she has in front of her. She's not even smart enough to sit around and convince herself to be with you. She needs to convince herself to be with you. Even if she's not extremely attracted to you, whatever, you have other attributes. You would be the smartest decision to make. So if she can't sit there and fucking convince herself to be with you, if she can't sit there and convince herself to make the right decision, the same way she convinced herself to make all those wrong decisions, the same way she convinced herself to fuck the rapper and to fuck the no shit ass guy and to keep going back to the guy who cheated on her, to keep fucking these ugly guys just because they had something to offer her or they were simping. The same way she convinced herself to go make all those decisions, she better make the right decision to fuck with me, because if she doesn't, then she's just dumb. And dumb is a genetic trait. So you are going to pass on being retarded to your kids. And I don't think that's a trait that you want, because a lot of you guys are dumb yourself. So you need someone who's kind of intelligent, who's willing to say that, hey, this is a good decision. I'm going to make a smart decision. And that's the type of woman that you want. So now that we discovered scientifically as to why you can't approach women, now we're gonna go, again, we're still on skill sets. So now we're gonna go into the skill sets as to what you need to have. And the first one that you need to have to approach a woman and successfully approach a woman is mindset. You need to have the proper mindset to be able to go up to a woman. So the first one being is that you need to have confidence, okay? You need to have confidence. You need to be delusional. Like with the chain story, you need to be delusional. You need to actually think that you got this shit. You need to actually be maybe a little dumb to even think that you can go up to this amount of girls and talk to them and successfully talk to them, because if you don't see it, it won't happen. So you need to be delusional. You need to really believe that you're the shit until it actually fucking happens. That's the type of confidence you need to have. That's the type of confidence that you need to have. I remember one time when I was in Mexico, like, I walked up to a group full of women, right? And I was so delusional that I thought I can go up to a group full of women. My confidence is that high. I went up to a group full of women, asked one of them and asked them right off the bat, a group full of women, right? Which one of y'all would want to smack right now? I genuinely believe that that was going to work. I genuinely walked up to them. I genuinely thought I was still going to get their number. That's how crazy you have to be. That's how confident you have to be. All right, confidence should be leaking out of you. I can go up to this girl while all of her friends are looking and not even give a shit about them because I'm so cool. I'm so dope. You have to think so arrogantly like that, because that's what it takes. If you sit here and you try to be humble about things, you're never gonna get your way. Sometimes you have to go and you have to grab life by the balls and make shit happen. That's just how it is. And I'm not saying for you to go and overstep your life and try and force things to happen. No, there's like a fine balance between things. The way I look at it is, you need God to be the driver of your life and you need to be the passenger. You need God to have his hand on the steering wheel, and he's gonna show you where to go. He's gonna show you what to do. He's gonna tell you what people to leave, and he's just going to drive off from the people you want to stay, and he's the driver of your life. He is the operator. He is the creator, because he is going to take you to a final destination that is going to be so amazing, that is going to be so great, and you just need to be the passenger. You need to be the passenger, and you just need the passion. You just need to let life happen. You need to, the people who get in the back seat and the people who Jesus and the people who God allows you to know for a moment, you need to be there in that moment. You need to enjoy that moment. You need to laugh with them and enjoy them and love them and have all these types of feelings. And when you go up to a girl, you know, you need to be there in the moment, because this is who God allowed to be in your presence. This is who God allowed to be in your life. So you need to go take that and you need to use that to your most advantage. You just need to enjoy life. God is going to take and replace. God is going to keep some people and remove some people, whether or you like it or not. So you can't go up to her and force something to happen. No, you kind of have to go with the motions. There's a fine balance between things. And that's the type of confidence that you need to have. You need to be so confident that I'm going to go up to her and I'm going to talk to her and she's going to say yes or she's going to say no. If she says yes, God wants me to get to know this woman a little more. If she says no, God realizes that this woman should not be in my life. This woman has something that you do not need right now. So keep it pushing. That woman is not right for you. And stop trying to force women to be in your life. Stop trying to force things so much. If it's too tight, just stop. I remember one time, right, I had an ex-girlfriend, and all of these events were just happening to me. All these bad things. I'm getting kicked out. I'm getting a fight with one of my best friends. You know, I'm having all these bad events. My TV's just randomly falling on the floor. Like, all of this bad shit is happening. And no matter what happened to me, I still stuck with her. I still try to force and fight my will onto God's plan. God was trying to kick her out of the back seat, but me, I was holding onto her hand and I would not let her go. And because of that, I was accepting all of her bad karma onto my life. All the things that were meant for her, good and bad, were also happening to me. And by doing that, I was messing up my destiny. So God kept throwing road bumps. God kept throwing things and ways for me to avoid being with her. He's like, okay, you should not be with this girl, so I want to make you homeless, man. It's going to be very hard to keep a girlfriend. Maybe you should leave her, let her go do what she has to do. You go do what you have to do, and you can cross paths later if that's ever meant to be. But no, I decided to see it through. I decided to try and make things happen. You have to really sit there, and that's why it's so crucial to have a good relationship with God, because if you sit there and you pray, He will show you, He will tell you what you should be doing. He will literally tell you. The better your relationship with God, the better you hear His voice. He will tell you that you should not be doing that. He will tell you that you should not be with this girl. He will tell you. So again, it's the type of delusional confidence you have to have, but you also need to be safe with the confidence. You also need to be smart about the type of confidence that you're going to have, because at the end of the day, confidence could become a poison. So you need to be very, very careful with this stuff. You can't just go out and let the confidence overtake you. No, you still need to be smart. You still need to be educated about this stuff, and you still have to have faith in God at the end of the day. So that is how you be overly confident while also navigating the confidence in the safest way possible. Because I don't want you guys to go out and do something you don't want to do. I don't want you guys to go out and do something that you regret, get in trouble, go do something dangerous. No, guys, everything that I'm saying, there is more meaning and underlying truth behind it. So the next topic that you need to have is charisma. You need to have some type of charisma, right? Not only mentality, but charisma. You need to have some type of like energy flowing out of you. You need to have a smile on you. You need to be able to crack jokes. You can't be too serious. You can't be too boring. You need to have some type of like Latin American, Hispanic energy, some type of like hype to you. You know what I mean? Some type of energy. You need to be exciting. You need to be, what's the fucking word? You need to be exuberating. Like you just need to be energetic. You need to seem appealing and attractive and memorable. And you need, look, women have a shitty life, okay? Women have terrible lives. A lot of women go home and they cry. A lot of women hate their lives. They hate the decisions that they make. They hate how hard life is, and they're very unmotivated. When they see you and you have all this energy and you're funny, not goofy, but like you're funny and you're just enough of everything else, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like a breath of fresh air. You're her happy place. So you need to have some type of like charmingness to you, charisma to you. You need to have something that makes you memorable and smooth and funny and attractive, because yes, looks are a ticket in the door. Yes, the mentality brought you there, but at the same time, being a man, you need to have more. You need to have more. And charisma is just the perfect sauce. Like it's the sauce to the plate that you already have cooked up. Charisma is so important. The next two, on the spot thinking and practice, they kind of go together. So I'm going to talk about them together, right? You need to be very quick on your feet. You need to be very fast mentally. You need to be punny. You need to know exactly what to say. I know it sounds difficult before you actually go do it, but don't think about these things beforehand, because if you start to overthink, it's never going to happen. If you start to overthink, you're never going to approach this woman. And if you do approach her, you're going to be nervous, and your words and your sentences are going to be breaking up in between, and you're going to be stuttering because you're overthinking. Don't do that. You need to be smart in the spotlight. And that's why I put practice right there, because you're not going to get better at that specifically until you practice it, okay? It's literally impossible without practice on the women. You need to go get your repetitions in. You need to go talk to as many women as possible. If you really want to get better, you need to go talk to 100 women. You need to go talk to 200 women. And you need to get better at that specifically, okay? Because you could practice in the real world or in your room, and you could write notes down on your hand on what to say to a girl, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because when you're in the spotlight with her, there's no practice for that. The only way you can get better at that is by doing it a whole bunch of times. And lucky for you, a lot of women say the same shit. Like a lot of them say the same thing. Depending on how good she looks, she's gonna hit you with something else. Depending on how good she looks, she's gonna hit you with like the same 3 bars. Like, each tier of women, they all say the same thing in their respective tiers. If I could think of an example right now, it would be the baddies, the 9s and the 10s, they're gonna look for something out of you. Like, yeah, you look good, you're my type, but what can I get out of you? They're gonna try and shit test you right away because they're trying to navigate and weed out the guys that they can actually fuck with. So the ones that are just under that, they're not necessarily all about the money and what you could provide necessarily. These things still matter, but they're more looking for like boyfriend traits. So a lot of these 8s, 7s, even some 6s, these are always the ones that are in relationships, and they're in relationships for a long time because they want the guy who's gonna buy them flowers. They want the guy who's gonna take them on dates. Like, these girls are looking for very serious partners. You don't even necessarily need to look the best, but as long as you treat them the way they want to be treated, as long as you treat them like a girlfriend, then they're going to take you serious. And these are actually the smartest ones. These are the ones who get married. These are the ones who do the whole family, the longevity thing, right? So these type of women, they're actually the smartest. So they don't want just necessarily money. Yes, they want all these other things, but you don't have to be a top tier man to get these type of females. You just have to give off the boyfriend traits, the boyfriend roles. That is what these type of women are going to look and say and go for, those type of things. And then the bottom tier women, it's kind of like a hit or miss. I don't recommend going up to bottom tier women. I really don't. But if you are going to go to like the bottom tier women, some of them could be just a little weird. They're gonna say weird things, and that's because they probably don't get approached that much. When they don't really know how to act when a man of your caliber is in their presence, they're not really gonna know how to react to that. So that's kind of like a hit or miss. I don't recommend doing it. But if you need to get your repetitions up, you gotta do what you gotta do. Another thing that you need to have is some motherfucking balls. You need to, like I said earlier, you need to grab life by the balls and just say, fuck it. Fuck you. You're not gonna do what I wanna do. We're gonna do what I wanna do. This is my program. So we were in the car, right? I think it was hard summer. It was a hard summer, like an after party. And as we're going home, we're talking about the performances that we had and all the things that we had. And we had one friend, right? But on the way home, I just remember him saying something very specifically. And he didn't really get that many females. And I understand now why, because I get his mentality. So we were driving away, right? We're all done. And what he said was, there was a girl there. She was so fine, guys, and I really wanted her. And then he just kind of stopped the sentence, and everybody's looking at him like, okay, what happened? What he said was, he was there with a group full of her friends. And that just made total sense to me. Now it makes sense. It makes sense. He's not ballsy enough. He doesn't have the capability to just say, fuck it, I'm gonna walk up to her. I don't care if I'm in the gym and everybody's looking at me. I don't care if she's with another guy. I'm gonna go find out if she likes me for myself, because I would like me. So why wouldn't she like me? So I'm gonna go walk up there. I don't care if her friends are right there. Hey, look, I know you guys are all out having a good time right now. I just wanted to respectfully ask if I could pull your friend away for a few seconds, because I find her very attractive and I want her phone number. How do you guys feel about that? It's that fucking easy. And most likely they're gonna let you do what you have to do. Now you gotta worry about the girl, right? Now you have your private one-on-one time. I'm not saying to go do that, because I've done that before. It works, sometimes it doesn't. But what I'm trying to let you know is that if you walk up with some balls and you need to remember that this is your world, then nothing could stop you. It doesn't matter how many people are watching. None of that matters. When you're in the zone and you're locked in and you're slowly walking up to her and the spotlight's on you, I'm not looking at nothing else but this girl right here. In football, when you're at a cornerback position, I played cornerback too. When you're at a cornerback position, they call it an island, right? Island, which is basically when you and the receiver are one-on-one. When they call island and I line up against that wide receiver, I know that it's just me and him. I don't hear anything else. Me, him, maybe the quarterback. That's about it. I don't give a fuck about what my linebacker friend is doing. I don't give a fuck about what the safety is doing. I don't give a fuck about what the crowd is thinking. It's me and you. This is my world. This is my island, and we're locked here. It is my responsibility to take you out. It is my responsibility to cancel you. That is the type of mindset that you need to have. It is me and you. I'm walking up to you and I gotta do what I gotta do. Pick up your suitcase, tie your fucking tie, and walk over there like a man and do what you gotta do. Fuck everybody else. Fuck them. Let them watch and let them dab you up and look at you and smile and laugh and want to be your friend once you walk away with their fucking number. And again, so balls. Last thing you need, abundance. Abundance is huge. This is, again, one of the most important. Everything here is important, but this is one of the biggest components when it comes to mentality, right? So I was on the T app. If you guys don't know, they put me on the T app. And then it says something, I guess it was a girl that I used to talk to and it was her friends. And she wrote down, Andrew is literally insane. And Andrew was talking to one of my friends and he was harassing her, or he was annoying. I forgot the exact word. And he was annoying her, yada, yada, yada. So she blocked his number. Everybody that I told that to around me said that doesn't even fucking make sense. Why would a guy who gets a whole bunch of females, not only that, a whole bunch of females on fucking camera, you can go through my Instagram followers and follow me, it's a whole bunch of hot females. Why would I harass one girl? Why would I bother one girl? That doesn't even make sense. Why would I waste my time on one girl, chasing one girl, when I have a whole bunch of other women who are probably hotter, finer, funnier, sexier, more hilarious than her? Why would that doesn't even make sense. So abundance mindset is thinking like that. Why would I care if this girl rejects me? I don't give a fuck. I have a whole bunch of other women waiting for me. And if you don't have a whole bunch of other women waiting for me, you gotta think with that same mentality. You gotta go through life with that same mentality. I don't care what they think, because I have a whole bunch more at home and the options are more than likely better. That's the type of mindset that you need to have. If you don't have that much women and it's hard for you to live in that abundance mindset, you need to remember that girls out ratio guys 3-to-1, meaning that for every guy, there's 3 women. So for you to say that, oh, this is the one, this girl is beautiful, I miss my girlfriend even though she cheated on me, there'll never be another girl like her, or for you to not want to go up to that girl right there, you're a fucking idiot, because there are 2 others for her just like her. The ratio of guys to women is very on-off. There's a lot more women than there are guys. So no matter what, she is replaceable. No matter what, there's other women out there, right? You're just not trying. It's very hard for you to let go, or you just start overthinking. That's your issue, right? So with an abundance mindset, it just makes everything easier. It just makes everything easier. You can just remind yourself that you're never going to see her again. You're never going to see her again. And there's probably way more women that are way better looking than her. So why the fuck am I scared? Why am I nervous? Why am I being a bitch? So abundance mindset is so important. And the best part about all of these things is that these are some things that you can adapt. These are some things that you can learn. What you can't adapt to, what you can't learn, are the things that you can't control. The cards that you have been physically dealt with, right? Something you can't actually control, right? So height. Height is something you can't control. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Height is one of the #1 components. Height is the one, like this is the one that fucks everything up, right? This is important. I want to be completely honest with you. This is important. So this is the trait that makes dating easy or hard. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But remember, with the mindsets that we have, with the things that we implemented, you know, you need to have courage, you need to have thick skin, you need to use the abundance mindset, you need to use all the other things that we talk about, being handsome, right? Going to the gym, right? Having financial success, right? Having clout, right? These are all gonna compensate for the height. Yes, this is the one that women care about the absolute most. You can be ugly and tall. It makes dating so much easier if you're tall. You are so blessed. But for the other ones who aren't so tall, don't let it break you, let it make you. That's the best that we can do. We can work on everything around that. And then at that point, it won't even matter, right? So you need to be smart about this. You need to be very, very intellectual. You have to try a lot harder than a taller guy would. And that's okay, because by the end of the day, when the sun sets, you're gonna have a lot more game. You're gonna have a way better understanding of women, right? So you just need to be smart about it. A smart guy would understand, okay, I may not be the tallest, but when I'm in front of her face and I'm applying pressure, she's gonna forget about how tall I am because I'm saying the right things. Me and her were locked with eye contact. She can't look left, she can't look right, because this is her moment. This is our moment right here. So she's going to forget about height because I'm flowing so smooth. I'm firing so hot because I'm flowing so smooth. I look so good. I smell so good. She's not gonna really be able to say, hey, you're not 6'4", you're only 5'8", you're only 5'7". Oh my gosh. She's not really gonna care necessarily about those things. She's not gonna care about how tall you are when right here. She might go and talk to her friends and yada 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 about, but at the end of the day, guys, the shorter men rule the world. So you can say whatever you want, but that's just the truth of the matter. You can work on the things that are going to make you a better person, right? You could whiten your teeth, right? The thing I like to do is I like to get coconut water, a very specific coconut water, the one with the blue bottle. I forgot the exact name, but I'll do that every morning. I brush my teeth twice a day, and I also do white strips. This is going to naturally whiten your teeth, right? You can grow a beard out. A beard is going to make you look more attractive because it'll chisel your face when you grow it out and you do it right? You gotta groom once a week. I go and I groom once a week, right? These are all things that are important. I go to the gym and I work on myself. Aesthetically, I work on myself. So aesthetically, I work on myself means I know what looks good. I'm not trying to go bulk up. I know exactly what women like, and I know exactly what I like, and I find a good little mix of the two, right? Nose, this is something that a lot of guys deal with too. Guys naturally have big noses. So again, the beard is going to help D-shape the nose. The beard helps with the nose. I don't know how it works, but it makes your face look bigger and it makes the nose look more normally proportioned. Body, we go over body all the time. This is one of the biggest things. Body is going to make you look bigger. It's going to make you look wider. It's going to make you look better, right? Skin. Skin is another important thing. The sauna, going to the gym, getting a constant blood flow, this is going to make your skin look good. De-stressing yourself actually prevents acne. Being in healthy relationships actually prevents acne, right? So these things are all important, and these are just going to make your skin glow. What you eat, mangoes, like this all makes your skin glow. Drinking a lot of water, this makes your skin glow. These are all things that are just naturally going to make you stand out from the crowd. Race and color, this really doesn't matter. I know it matters to some people, but it really doesn't matter. So yes, most women would prefer their own color. That's just how it goes. Most women would prefer their own race. Most women would prefer their own color. But at the end of the day, you guys need to remember that people just talk. People just say things. People just talk. They don't really know what the fuck they're saying. They never sit down and did root work and thought about why they actually feel this way, right? Until someone comes in their life like me and just fucks shit up, and now she can't get over Mexican men, right? So at the end of the day, you don't understand the type of talent and gift you have by going up to other races and trying out new flavors of life. This is actually a good thing. This is actually an advantage, right? So when you look good enough to get up to one of the best looking people in your race, and you get up to the top tier of people in your race, then you can finally explore the baddest of all races. Like, that's how you know you're really doing it. When you climb out of that crab bucket and you stand out from the crowd and you just look good globally, now you can go and bounce from other races and try and figure out what you really like. Try and figure out what excites you. Guys, life has so much to offer. Life has so many fruits and flavors. Life has so much to offer. Do not stay stuck. Level yourself up and work very, very hard. And then you can go and go to Asia, and then you can go to Europe, and then you can go to Africa, and then you can go to South America. You can do whatever you want, but you have to work very hard to get there. And then when you're bouncing between races, you have to be understanding of the cultures. Like, you still have to be intellectual. You can't just be a dumbass. You have to understand different cultures. You have to understand how other races and other colors operate. But at the end of the day, race doesn't really matter. If anything, race makes it more interesting. Race makes it fun. And when you get to a point, kind of like me, kind of like the people around me think, for me personally, pretty is pretty. Pretty has its own tier. It doesn't matter if you're Asian. It doesn't matter if you're Mexican. It doesn't matter. If you're pretty, you're in your own category. As long as you're gorgeous and you look well, you're into your own category, and I will find you attractive nonetheless. And the same thing would also work for guys. All of these things, understanding your skill set is so important, because for the most part, these things you could damn near control and handle, and you have a lot of say so with these things, but it gets harder. Now it's getting close to game time, right? And game time is where things change. All these things and skill set you could kind of work around, or you could work on, or you can control, and you can practice, and you can get better. But when it comes to game time, when it comes to the actual field, it's a completely different story. Why it's a completely different story is because you can't always control the world. Now you're putting yourself in a position to where you're in an uncontrollable environment, which means not only are you not in home court anymore, it also means that you're putting the ball in her court. You're giving her the ball. You're throwing her the basketball, and you're letting her decide. You're letting her decide, which, if you can see by the train example, isn't always the best thing. Just now notice that I did not fill out the whiteboard with stuff, but it doesn't fucking matter, because you're not gonna do it anyways. And if you want to do it and you want to learn how to do it, I have a link in my bio. So lesson 2 would be the different ways to approach. Now we can specifically dive into how to approach, right? And the thing with this is, once you understand what you're good at, now kind of the sky's the limit. So I'm gonna go over 2 ways to go about this. So the first one to go over is the shooter. What is the shooter, you might ask? Shooter, shoot, man. This is the greatest one. This is the one that I recommend the most. This is the best one that I recommend. This is not only the funnest one to do, you never know what's gonna come. It's kind of exciting. You know, you're just running around, having a good time. Hey, what's up, how's it going? The shooter is the best one in my opinion. I like this one the most. This is the one that I fall under because I'm not exactly 6'5". So this is the one that I fall under the most. It's just something that you'll learn how to do over time. And no guys, I'm not telling you to just go up to every fucking girl and get their number. I'm not telling you to just go and smash every girl, right? That is not what I'm telling you. You still kind of have to pick and choose your shots, but at the end of the day, a shooter is going to shoot. A shooter is going to shoot. You can watch basketball. Steph Curry is going to shoot. It doesn't matter really where it's from. If he has a decent shot, he's going to take that. He's going to shoot for that. But you need to be cautious, and that's one of the worst parts about this. You can burn yourself out. So when you're shooting, you're picking your shots, you have to be a little careful. There's a certain way to go about it, because if you don't, you're going to burn yourself out. One time I was in the gym, right? Baddies all around. There's so many baddies. And me and my friend, you know, for the first week that we were going there, we didn't really think about not shitting where you sleep. So we went up to every single girl there, and we didn't give a fuck if they seen us talking to these other girls. We didn't care. We did it anyways because our success rate was so high. And I'm telling you right now, our looks from every girl that was looking at us when we first pulled up, every girl there was no longer looking at us after a little while. Every girl there started to reject us. Every girl there started to like not text us anymore, you know, not really have a conversation with us anymore. That's just what it turned down to. So we were making a video, right? And we're basically having my friend go up to her and just say some funny ass shit and just to see if he would get her number. We weren't even really gonna take her serious. Like, yeah, she was cute, but it's not that deep. It's really not that deep. So I was recording and I left the flash on, and then from there, this girl opened her mouth and she told all the other girls in the gym that were weird and that we tried getting at her. Realistically, she just got caught because my friend was still pulling her and she was about to fall for it. But that's pretty much what I'm trying to say about you don't want to burn yourself out. Once you burn yourself out, all the other girls are going to catch on, because girls do like a guy that gets a lot of girls, but they'll play the part if the other girls are going to know that it's going to fuck up her rep. So for example, right? Girls will literally sleep with you even though you're fucking their best friend, right? That's what girls will do. They like that shit. They don't care. They like when a man has social proof. They like when a man can get women. It's very attractive to her. That's why all the big time hoes who smack everybody, they still continue to smack the baddies, because women like this. Deep down, they like this. I'm not even too sure why. I guess it's just like a thing. Like, it's just like, oh, everybody wants him, so I want a piece of that too. That's just kind of how women operate, right? But to play the part, right, they'll act like they don't like you anymore. So to play the part, they'll all start talking shit about you. Oh yeah, this, that, he is weird, this, that. You know, they'll start talking about you. And even though they deep down, they still want you, it's going to make them look dumb if they go after you. It's going to ruin her friends. It's going to ruin her friend group. It's going to ruin some of her things that she got going on. So if she's going to get caught for doing it, a woman won't do it. But if there's a slight chance that she's going to be able to like slip away with it and get away with this one, she'll still talk to you. But at the end of the day, you still don't want to get put in the position to where you burn yourself out at that gym, because now it's just awkward. You're curling and you just feel a weird energy staring at you. You definitely want to be cautious with this trait, right? So you definitely want to be careful with this trait, right? And personally, I still think this is the best option, right? And personally, if you really want to evade getting burnt out, there's just so many beautiful women and everybody's kind of looking at each other, and there's no way you can go up to this girl without getting caught, or you already pulled that girl's number, right? And now you want her, right? And they all somehow know each other, or she's seen you go up to the other girl and get her number. There's a way to go about this. The best thing that you could do is talk to everybody. I'm gonna give you guys some real game, some real secret game that I learned from my OG, right? You can talk to everybody, right? What I mean by that is that you go up to the guy, there's normally 1 or 2 guys in the group, right? When there's a whole bunch of baddies, there's normally 1 or 2 guys in the group because they're fucking paying for everything, right? So you go up to the guy in the group, you shake his hand, you introduce yourself, you say this, and that, and you know, you just kind of like dap him up. You have, you know, you just seem very, very friendly. You're cool with the guys, and then you make your rounds away to the girl until you finally get to the one that you like. And then you also make that conversation quick and brief. You know, you talk to her, you know, you get her name, where you from. Okay, yeah, I'm just saying hi to everybody, I'm introducing myself. But before you walk away, you let her know, hey, I'm about to go back to my group, or I'm about to go get another drink. I'm gonna come back for you. because I find you attractive and I want to get to know you a little more. I see you're with your friends, I'm with my people, and I don't want to waste everybody's time too much because I'm also having fun over there too. So I like you, but I'm gonna be back. And you leave it at that. And then you could repeat the process around the whole fucking club. But you cannot just go up to the girls. You cannot just go up to her and sit there, have a long ass conversation and show too much interest, because that's gonna make the other girl not like you anymore. So you have to play the part so smooth by going up to everybody. That's just how you do it. That's just how it works. Just be cool, just be calm, have a brief conversation with her, and then the one that you really, really want at the end of the day, you could go up to her when you're done. And the other girls just have to fuck off because you made your decision, and that's what happens. You made your decision on who you want, and I'm gonna go for her, right? So that's just some free game. That's a little more advanced game. I don't even know if you guys can really process what I just said, but at first, you know, just start shooting your shot, yada, 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 go for everything that you want, and then over time, you'll start to realize what I'm saying. The second option that you could do, and I'll do this sometimes too, but it really helps when you just really genuinely stand out from the crowd. This is a game for if you're someone taller, maybe like the 6'5" aspect that I always talk about. If you're at that point, okay, yes, this could work, right? So basically what you want to do is you kind of just want to chill. You kind of just want to chill. You want to be a sharp shooter, right? This is the person that I call, and I played sports, so I relate everything back to sports. This is the person that I call the quarterback, the QB, right? In football, right? When you're a quarterback, you're scanning the field, you're waiting for eyes, and you're waiting for that target to be open, or you're timing out the target so perfectly that you throw the ball in a perfect window at the perfect time, at the perfect opportunity to the best receiver available, and then they go and they score and they do whatever they have to do, right? Or they catch the ball for a large gain, they do it. But at the same time, he won't even throw the ball if nobody's open, because it's going to be an interception. It's going to be bad, right? So this next person, I like to call the quarterback, because they do the same thing. They stand, they look mysterious, they're always looking for eyes, they're always looking for the right perfect person to go to. And if they see somebody who's giving them eyes and they don't really find them attractive, they're not even gonna go do that. They don't want the 5-yard out. They want the home run ball. So this is really like a sharp shooter. This is really like a sniper. This is one shot, one kill. You know, you might have 5 in the chamber. You might be able to shoot your shot maybe 5 times, you know, but you're waiting for the eye contact. You're waiting for all the correct choosing signals. You're waiting for her to go walk away from her friend group to go to the bathroom line. You're waiting for her to go get a drink on the side. Like you're stalking and you're waiting for your prey. And this, I'm not gonna lie, is a great method. It's a great method, but it only works for some people. So if you don't fall into that category, I do not recommend doing this, but this is what a lot of guys do. And this is what a lot of guys who aren't even worthy enough try and do. And this is why the success rates are so low, because you think you could do this. No, you can't. I remember one time me and my friend were going out, right? He's 6'5". It was just us two, right? And we were just standing there and I was just trying to like try a different method out. I was trying to do his method. So I was just sitting there. We were in a LA party club. We were just sitting there. There's a lot of commotion going on. Like, yeah, maybe we attracted one group of girls, maybe two girls, right? And we're sitting there, but most of the time we're just bored. We're just staring at each other. Me and him were just sparking up a conversation, drinking. Like, you know, it's whatever. Like, it wasn't really what I do. So eventually I had enough of it, and I looked at him and I told him, look, this is your method. For me, I have a different form. I have a different method that I do that I know works for me. And my shit is way better. My shit is way more fun. So fuck that shit. I'm gonna go do what I wanna do. I'm gonna go do what I know works. And that's when I went crazy. That's when I started having the best time ever. That's when my energy jumped up. I didn't wanna sit there and be a wallflower with my friend. Like, I'm not that type of guy. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna enjoy my life. No matter what it has for me, no matter what life has in store for me, you're never going to know unless you go up and find out. You are never going to know what's for you in life if you're chilling at your room, if you're jerking off, if you're standing against a wall. You are never going to know what life has to offer you. It's up for you to go meet God halfway. It's up for you to go out and leave your room and go explore and go find something, because life has so much to offer you. Life has so much for you, and you're sitting at home wasting your life. You're sitting against the wall wasting your time when you could go out there and you could go meet the girl of your dreams. You can go out there and you could go have the adventure of a lifetime, but you're too lazy sitting at home wasting your goddamn life, letting life pass you by. Oh, when I'm 50, I'll retire. Oh, when the time's right, I'll find a woman. Oh, when I do this. Oh, when I do that. Oh, I'll get in the gym when the time is right. No, life is happening to you right now. These moments are passing you by. You could have already met the person that you love already through a friend that you didn't want to go out with, and he has a girl that is just awesome and they're just friends and he's trying to put you on, but you wanted to stay inside and be lame or go do fucking Nas in your car by yourself. That's what you wanted to do when you could have went out and you drastically could be living a whole different life right now. But you didn't want to do that. You didn't want to do that. Now you're here stuck watching me. But that's okay. Because as a man, you have multiple chances in life. As a man, you have opportunities to get better. In conclusion, is this method patched in 2025? Yes, technically it's patched. TikTok has ruined it. All these other trends have ruined it. Women think they know everything about a guy. They think because a guy goes up to them and acts like a whore that he actually is a whore. No, there's a lot more that goes into the surface to a lot of the guys that go up to women. And that's okay, because the majority of guys who do go up to girls are kind of dumb, are kind of annoying, and they're kind of fucking it up for everybody. Fucking it up for everybody, and yes, you can just DM a girl on Instagram and fly her over, and you can do all of this shit. It does work. It does work. But at the end of the day, we're trying to make you the best you can be. We're trying to give you the best life experience that you could possibly have, because one day you're going to die. In 100 years, everybody is going to die. The girl that you want, the influencer that you want, me, your mom, your dad, your brother. In 100 years, everybody and everything that you think matters right now will be gone. Everything will be gone. In the ground. Nobody's going to remember what you did. Nobody's going to give a flying fuck if you got rejected by her. Nobody's going to care. So why do you care? Why do you care? Why do you care? Why are you so scared of this girl? What is stopping you? You're going to die, bro. You're going to die. You have one chance at this. You have one life. You have one chance at this. So fuck it. Fuck it. Delete that online app. Delete that dating app. Fuck it. Don't DM that girl. Fuck it. Go find one at the library. Fuck it. Fuck it. It very much might as well change your motherfucking life. Yes, you're supposed to lose. She's supposed to say no to you. She's supposed to tell you she has a boyfriend. You're not supposed to get big. You're not supposed to be woke. You're supposed to sit down and watch TV. Yes, you're not supposed to win as a man, but that's what makes it so exciting when you do. That's what makes it so exciting when you have a six-pack. That's what makes it so exciting when you get her number, when you hang out with her, when you get what you want. That's what makes it so exciting when you no longer have an attachment to watch TV. You no longer have an attachment to scroll on your phone. That's what makes life so exciting. When they tell you you can't do something, but you do it anyways. That's what makes life so great. That's the best part about life, man. That's the best part about life. They said I couldn't do it, but I did. I did, and I did it the right way. I never sold my motherfucking soul. I did it. Despite what everybody thought, despite what my dad told me, despite what my mom told me, I fucking went out there and I achieved it. Despite what the world told me, they have all these things that are meant to weigh you down. They have all these things that are meant to depress you as a man, as a person. But guess what I did? I still held it up and shook her hand with one hand, gave her my phone, she put it back in my pocket, and I walked away with this shit. I still won. I am the underdog. You are the underdog. It's your job to make it happen. Everybody wants to see an underdog win, but nobody wants to see them do better than them, right? It's your job to make this happen. It's your job to win. Despite all the discrepancies of life, it's your job to go out there and win, no matter what they tell you. They're going to tell you can't do it. They're going to make you not want to believe in yourself. But that's what makes the victory that much more sweeter. So you need to increase your odds, because this is an uphill battle. You need to do the things that matter. You need to go in the gym. You need to read. You need to win those tiny daily battles, right? You need to win, because this is not one big war. This is a whole bunch of battles every single day that you need to win the entirety of the war, okay? Stop taking it so serious. You don't need this dating app. They tell you to do these dating apps because it's too hard. It's too hard. Leveling up yourself to that 1% man, it's too goddamn hard. People can't do it nowadays. They think that you could just do a dating app and take the easy route. No, I reject this type of thinking. I will start a revolution until we stop this kind of thinking. These people are just trying to go with the flow, you know what I mean? Make money off what's happening, make money off what's trending. No, 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 no. I don't accept this. I don't accept it. You can call me old, you can call me traditional. It's just common sense. Who the fuck wants to meet a girl and shoot a shot through Instagram? Nobody wants to fucking do that. It's only the losers. It's only, I mean, I'm not going to say I don't sit up here and do it. I'm not going to sit up here and say I've never done it, but nobody wants that to be your story. Nobody wants that. Fuck it. Nobody wants that. Go try something new. Go experience the real thrill and rush of life. There's so much out there for you. Nobody really cares about you that much. stop taking it serious. Life and your body will reward you for taking these kind of risks. Your body will reward you through good feelings and endorphins when you take risks like this. Your life will reward you with opportunities and moments you would have never thought would have happened, and they could potentially change your life completely. Things that you never could have dreamed of could have passed you by already because you don't want to experience life. These two factors, and God will reward you with certain things when you go out and you take the risks and you stay disciplined and you fucking try. Don't take the easy route.